What's up, guys? It's halfway through WWE and TNA's Monday night shows. Sorry about my nasally sounding voice if it's really that bad. I just have a little bit of a cold. And I'm watching TNA right now because I don't know why. I've just been wanting to see what they have to bring to the table on Monday nights. But both shows had HBK and Undertaker on WWE, and the main event that was supposed to happen for TNA, Hulk Hogan and Abyss versus AJ Styles and Ric Flair. That happened in the beginning. Sting interrupted, helped AJ and Ric Flair, and now they're going to redo that match. Very stupid. They're continuing the storyline. Very dumb. Blah, blah. Yes. But one thing I did like about TNA is TNA had the segment with the X Division. It had Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. I don't know who the other guy is, but I just like the whole fact that they're like, oh, this is the heart and soul of TNA, and then Eric Bischoff came out and assigned them the match, the triple threat match. It was a very nice match in my opinion, and I just enjoyed that segment. And both shows had Divas matches, and then TNA did this very dumb thing. As soon as they were about to go to commercial after Sting was walking down some stairs, Taz is like, "Oh, what'd you do at 4:20 this morning? Huh, 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 huh. What the fuck do you think he did at 4:20 this morning? He was sleeping. Huh? I wonder what that's supposed to mean." Oh, Jesus, TNA, man, you're just like slipping. I mean, I understand you're just doing that to get people to watch, but Taz, man, you need to shut the fuck up. And WWE has not really been interesting me. They had, you know, Legacy splitting up, Orton versus his I believe it's Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. They're having that right now, but I'm not really watching it just because I'm more interested in TNA. Well, this was inevitable, but thoroughly enjoyed. Mr. Monday Night, nice job. RVD, man, he's back. I mean, I predicted it. Oh my God, you won! Wow, that was lackluster comeback. Okay, well, it's nearing the end of both shows, and the main event for TNA is the same match they had at the beginning of the show, which was AJ Styles and Ric Flair versus Abyss and Hulk Hogan. Very, 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 very boring. Very boring. On WWE's side, they have John Cena versus Vince McMahon in a gauntlet match. That match has already started. Vince McMahon has just been pulling people from the back. There was Vladimir Kozlov, Drew McIntyre, now it's Jack Swagger, and Vince McMahon is just thrashing John Cena. And let's see, update on matches prior. There were, let's see, what did we have? We had Jeff Jarrett versus Beer Money, which was I only watched parts of it because I wasn't too into it. There's Triple H and Sheamus, and Triple H just overpowered Sheamus, looking like the powerhouse. Let's see what else happened. Oh, there was the qualifying match with Evan Bourne. I'm trying to remember who his. Oh, it was William Regal. Evan Bourne versus William Regal, and Evan Bourne won, and now he's the last person in Money in the Bank. And Money in the Bank looks stacked, man. It looks really stacked. And yeah. Oh, also TNA had a segment with Six Pac and Scott Hall and Eric Young and Kevin Nash. And Kevin Nash, I believe Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were out of the ring. That they were all doing their whole you know, uh, Six Pac and Scott Hall are these invader people trying to get contracts. And Eric Bischoff came out, told Scott Hall and Kevin Nash to get out of the ring, and Eric Young and Six Pac had a match. It was a pretty short match, nothing too spectacular during it. There's a few, minor spots here and there, but Eric Young picked up the win, and that's enough of that. I'll tell you guys the results or whatever my reviews of each show and which show is better at the end, and I will see you guys in just a few moments. Okay, I just got done watching both TNA's ending and WWE's ending. Let me just run through WWE's first. Uh, Vince McMahon pulled out Mark Henry, and he turned the match into a handicap no disqualification match. He gave the belt to Mark Henry, and I thought Mark Henry was about to be a heel for the 90th time. I mean, that man needs to fucking be on one side. He keeps switching way too damn much. And he stayed face, luckily. And he was about to do something to McMahon, and then Batista came in and it's like roar, spear, and Vince McMahon picked up the win on John Cena, and then Batista went all crazy on John Cena, and for about 5 minutes towards the end of the night, he just stood on top of John Cena with his arms raised like this. It's like, no, fuck you, Batista. What are you doing in the spotlight? You don't need to be in the spotlight, you roid-raged prick. Go somewhere else and let somebody else climb the ladder to success, because you are not successful, in my mind. You are not. TNA's, which surprisingly ended like 3 or 4 minutes later than WWE, which WWE goes over 11 o'clock. They go to 11:05. TNA went to like 11:08 or 11:09. They want as many fucking ratings as they can possibly get their hands on. And let's see, Hulk Hogan and Abyss picked up the win over what I thought was such a shitty match, because Hulk Hogan and Flair, stay retired, stop coming back. Jesus Christ, just prove to the world that you can sit at home like good elderly people and watch the new age of wrestling, as you pave the way for. Don't hog spotlights away. I mean, Ric Flair, man, I thought he was about to die. Did you see how much blood was coming out of his face? Like, he was pretty badly injured, and I was fearing for Ric Flair, man. Oh, Jesus. And let's see, towards the end, after the match, ended, and Abyss and Hulk Hogan were partying or whatever, doing their whole, yeah, we won, we overcame, and Brooke was crying, that little whore like she is. I believe Desmond Wolfe and the Pope came out. Totally irrelevant to the storyline. Just, hey, let's come out and end this moment so we can get as many edgy ratings as we can. Like, yeah, man, yes, let's just clusterfuck people together. Hell no, it doesn't work like that, because their match was canceled. That could have been fixed if they did not have AJ Styles and Flair versus Hogan and Abyss at the very beginning. Eliminate that match. There was no need for it. You could have had a perfectly good match with two very talented people. Not to say that Abyss or AJ Styles aren't. It's just their partners aren't anymore. They are past their fucking prime. Okay? And at the very end, Jeff Hardy came out, and that was, I mean, sure, it was a little shocking, because it was like at the very, very, very end of the show, where a lot of people probably just turned their TVs off and went to sleep. But Jeff Hardy came out. Everyone's like, yeah, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy had a bigger pop than a Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam's been out for like, what, 3 years now, 2 years now maybe, and Jeff Hardy's been wrestling those 2 years that Rob Van Dam's been out. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jeff Hardy's a great athlete. He's not Rob Van Dam, though. And Jeff Hardy, was, beating up on everybody, on Desmond Wolfe and the Pope, and I don't know what his situation is with the whole storyline, but I don't know. Jeff Hardy was about to go on the top rope, and then the shit just cut off. I was like, what? How the hell are they gonna... Well, did they plan this out badly or something? Because doesn't look like it. Jeff Hardy got cut the fuck off. TNA needs to... and they lied to us. They were like, yeah, this match is going to continue till 1 o'clock if it has to. That's kind of a lie, because it didn't. You cut him off. So, yeah. All in all, I would have to go with WWE. WWE was a more controlled show, while TNA was all clusterfuck. Yay! I mean, just because I love WWE more, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, well, it does. It could have an opinion, but I'm not a biased man. I enjoyed some of the TNA segments, but it's just the overall control. It's just WWE has control, while TNA just jumbled people together. And the fact that the RVD thing pissed me off the most, man. RVD came back. He came back from this hiatus of wrestling, or whatever he was doing. I don't know what the hell he's doing. And Taz ruined it by saying, "Oh, what are you doing? It's 420." Shut up, Taz. Damn. And Jesus. And he comes back. Sting just whips the fuck out of him with a fucking pipe. It's pitiful, man. I mean, sure, he gets the win, but at what cost? You make him look like a fucking vegetable, man. He comes out, does a 10 to 15 second match, and gets beat up, and Hulk Hogan comes and takes the spotlight away from Rob Van Dam. It's like, wow, was Rob Van Dam even on that show to begin with? Who knows? I mean, come on, man. TNA, if you really want to compete with WWE, you're going to have to get your shit together. Get it together and hold it tight, okay? Because as of now, your standing is, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention the Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson segment with the troops and stuff. In a way, I liked it. It was a little entertaining how Kurt Angle threw him and the troops were beating him up. And I really think Ken Anderson makes a great heel. But I mean, that also took time away from some matches that could have been there. TNA was probably 60% promos, 40% wrestling. Same with WWE, but I mean, they had Chris Angel too. Chris Angel, I'm not a personal fan of his, but whatever. His segments were still better than, TNA's segments.